Hello everyone, and welcome back to this little corner of House Jurasco for what's going to be our level 12 episode of A Shift in Time. I hope you're all having a good day. Apologies for starting on a somewhat negative tone. I lost my recording yesterday to more crippling lag. I mean, it literally ground to a halt and became totally unplayable. I thought of posting the thing, just as an illustration of the kinds of issues we're facing, but I think the forums are more than full of this kind of stuff anyway at the moment, so I'm sure the developers are aware. I think a lot of us are hoping this new 64 thing might prove a solution to some of these issues. I really hope so, because I mean that it just became completely unplayable, like frozen. So at that point I just switched off and went to bed. Okay, let's hope for better this morning. Let's have a quick look where we're at with the enhancements. So 12 obviously is tier 5 time in your main tree, so we've gone for the Word of Balance fully meted. We've already seen that can do with the normal spell unmeted, that it can do some nasty damage against Reapers, so looking forward to seeing what that can do. 1 caster level and max caster level for spells in both seasons, very good. And we've picked up this core as well, Sunburst spell-like ability. Now Sunburst is a level 8 spell, so we wouldn't normally get that until significantly later in the life. It is on a long cooldown, 20 seconds. Personally, I think that's a bit stingy. I think it could be half that. I don't think it's particularly overpowered as a spell, although it does say under there, oozes and undead take double damage, and if you've seen where we are here, we might get to test that to its fullest, because Ravenloft obviously full of the latter. I wasn't planning to show you Ravenloft, because I think we have done it plenty over the recordings. I was planning to try and do Ataraxia again, but that's where the lag kicked in and kind of ruined it for us. So Ravenloft it's going to be. I think that's everything on the enhancement side. I just rejigged again a little bit in here, took the extra wisdom. I think that was at 11, so you'll likely have seen that anyway. We're doing very well on the spell DC side. Remember, he's got 3 sorcerer past lives boosting evocation. So we have, oh yeah, Sunburst, look, 53 save. I think for undead that are particularly susceptible to light, I think if they fail that save, they're dead outright. So against shadows, that should be particularly decent. That's comfortably our best save, that one, in the 50s. In Reaper, that will be mid to high 50s, so yeah, not too bad at all. So we've got the 4 fully meted spell-like abilities for single targets. We've got the fully meted Sunburst AoE. We've still got the Flame Strike AoE. I guess I'm kind of duty bound to increase the difficulty at least slightly. Our heals are half decent between the Cure Serious and Vigor. Gear wise, I've just added the one thing, these golden greaves, which I should have added last time around. 15 DR across the board is great. It's like having a souped up version of Stone Skin on all the time. They come from an optional in the Chains of Flame quest in the Desert Sands, so a little bit of a pain to get, but I definitely recommend these for stress-free leveling. Otherwise everything is the same as it was. It was a little bit disappointing to lose our recording, because I had recruited a couple of other Bear Party members to accompany me on that quest. I could say maybe it was a blessing in disguise, because one of them was really going flying along, and against my normal practice of sort of stopping and pointing things out, or maybe telling a little story, the focus became just doing all I could to try and keep up. So maybe from that perspective, from the point of view of quality material, it wasn't so bad that it got cancelled. I think the person saw my wings here and saw that as another opportunity to go even faster. So they've added that to their wish list for the future. Okay, so we're gonna get stuck in. Let's put it on two-way. Right. What are our resistances looking like? So cold and fire are okay. Electric and acid we'd perhaps like to boost. Okay.
You stumble through the thick mists. You spot a corpse in the grass near the abandoned cart. From down the road you hear the sounds of The soldier looks up at you, his face strangely pale.
Halt! Do you serve?
You hear howling in the
So
distance.
wisps are problematic to many aircaster for all the resistances they have, but I'm pretty sure they are vulnerable to force. So that's going to be our friend here, our Salt Ray.
These straw men keep away.
I don't know about light. I think they do take damage from light, but and fire as well. They're not immune to fire, so I think we're in a pretty good situation here. Let's try the... Oh, immune to electric, of course. That's me being an idiot. And I'm about to die here, aren't I? What a terrible start. My goodness. This is an absolute disaster.
Scarecrow clatters to the ground. As you recover, you realize you can hear noise from up the road, the same way you came.
I just can't target anything. Well, that was as catastrophic gets. With the resources I've got, it was also shameful. Utterly shameful. There's no way we should be coming close to death there. Oh, of course, word of balance on a scarecrow, which takes nothing from it. Yeah, the two plague reapers, that was just total panic, wasn't it? Shambles. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah, that was embarrassingly bad. I don't know what went so badly wrong, but that was terrible. Can only hope that we get better from there. Could and should have died there. And this character should be able to handle Reaper 4 in most. Oh, there's a boss over there. I understand they've removed the Night Revels champions from the regular quests. I don't know if they thought that those might be causing a bit more lag.
It must be Papa, calling out my name. Irina! He'd shout whenever I wandered too far away from his side. When I was little, I thought he was just being silly. Now I know what he felt. He was afraid.
Okay, we can't do any worse than I just did, so it's easy this time. What did we say? Acid and electric resist. There's me hoping to show you how strong the build has become now, and all I showed was that we were, or I was, because again, issue between keyboard and chair, not up to the task. So
Small distant voices spring from nowhere.
much improvement needed.
Find us. Here we are.
You spot something in the middle of the room. Something small and old and forgotten.
We're tired.
I think one thing that didn't help me in the middle of all that mess, when targets are close, I tend to have trouble casting the flame strike. Maybe because they're going down the side and out of the target box. I'm not quite sure, but several times there I tried triggering it and
Beyond the secret
nothing
door,
happened,
a dusty
which
stairway
didn't help.
leads down into darkness. You gently place the bones inside the coffins.
I could and should have gone for the word of balance. I got 2 word of balance here. Those reapers should have been dead way before they were.
Once you get rid of the monster in the basement.
Oh crikey, speaking of reapers, they're back for more. Now then, let's say somewhat better. Still not amazing, but somewhat better than last time. What's our save on this? 53 on the greater colour spray. You'd have thought that would have been... So if it's not hitting, then it's me that's just not targeting right. There's no way a Reaper's gonna save against that, I wouldn't have thought. Let's get rid of that thing. We can blind them, can't we? But we can't. Now for our positive heals and our sunburst, we don't actually have a specific item to help the crit on either, but we do have our Spinneret spell lore, which helps crit on everything. So being as we don't have the specific light and positive item anymore, we at least do get some use out of the Spinneret on that score. I should probably quicken these heals because given that awful situation we found ourselves in, we're going to need them to be not interrupted, aren't we?
On top of the desk, you find a tarnished key.
Was that an example of an instant death for one of the undeads, I wonder? Oh, Flameborn, of course, so he was resistant to the fire. Am I hearing another Reaper somewhere? Oh, Wraith. Have we got our Sunburst back? Yes, Yes, finally I got something right. The lag made it look as though I had messed up again, but we'll take that. I think there's a little chest squirreled away behind here, isn't there? Oh, we've got to stop the rage to do the searching. That's something I'm going to have to get used to. Okay, I think we've got more shadowy things here, haven't we? Or did they already pay us a visit? Maybe we already killed them. So we've got traps and things on this corner. Oh yes, wow. So when it works, it really works, that thing, doesn't it? So instant death by the looks of it to undead.
The monster's around here someplace. You can smell him. He stinks.
Or certain I think it says certain types of undead that are, yeah, light-fearing undead may be instantly destroyed by the spell. So that is tasty. Now in my last iteration with fools, more because of space on the bar than anything else, I removed the sunburst. I really did use it sparingly. But I think this time around we're going to make better use. Let's test it again here. It's just coming off cooldown. Oh, so maybe it didn't kill them outright, because we saw some damage numbers out there. So it's doing decent damage anyway. Did I pull the thing down there? Yeah. But certainly against those shadows, I think that's instant death. If any of you could chime in, you know, which of the undead that's applicable to, the instant death thing. Is it just the shadows, or are there other things as well that I could potentially target with that?
He is the land.
What's going on here? Have we missed a... Ah, we missed the trigger in the middle there.
One must die. One must die. Lord of the Decay, we awaken thee. The robed figures vanish, and something stirs in the water. The creature collapses.
Not too terrible.
A little voice in the darkness says,
You got rid of the monster. Good.
So as mentioned, Flightfoot Greaves come from this quest. Very nice item for freedom of movement, one of the earliest sources of it.
there's a sudden gust of air, as if the entire building let loose a sigh.
We have the spell now, so I'm able to have the luxury of wearing the damage reduction boots instead. Probably if not for those, we'd already be dead in that first quest. I can't believe what a shambles that was. That was just rubbish. Let's try to do better, people. Am I even going the right way here? Right, so bone grinder. Now this is another one where you can easily get overwhelmed out in the wilderness of this quest. So I should be careful as I push forward and not attract too many things.
Ragged and carpet, come from the other side of the window.
And don't forget, wisps, don't do electric against them.
Peasants with joyless faces and vacant eyes wait in a line. An indistinct murmur passes among the rest of these peasants are unlikely to leave. The old woman's voice grows cold.
Aye, they were here yesterday. Wanted pies and hadn't a coin. I told them to go home, but did they listen? No.
A wolf howls in the distance.
Okay.
Its cry echoed.
Let's just get them to come to us.
The wind whispers treacherously.
Maybe defend this area for now. So the force, very successful as you can see there against the wisps. The salt ray force damage. My god, that's a lot of opponents. Okay. Not too terrible. Get the force down on him, yes. And him. I think we avoided a potentially perilous situation there.
Those are not pebbles filling the urn between the
I
meadows.
think that's definitely
Teeth.
a big part of the equation with most any caster, whether it be your instant kill spells or your elemental damage things. Learning what to target with what for best results, and I am pretty bad, as you've already seen, for not learning from mistakes on that score. Let's get rid of that thing if we can. Oh yes, oh yes. So when we get the crit on that thing, that sunburst, it's hitting quite hard.
This corpse is nearly beyond
So
recognition.
looking for
So savagely has it
Valentina.
been mangled by wolves.
Making best use of the sunburst SLA. Well, all the SLAs to conserve mana. The sunburst one I think costs 4 mana. So going back to my earlier comment about the oh wow, the word of balance. I think he was only one step from neutral, but it still crit and hammered him. Yeah, going back to my earlier comment about the sunburst SLA being on a long old cooldown, well it is, but given the fact it only costs 4 mana, I suppose we can at least partly understand that, can't we? Wow, that was the fully meted word of balance. Where are you, Valentina? Using backspace to try to find you. Don't see her. I think this is perhaps the reason why this is, well, one of the reasons why this is my least favourite quest. It can be quite challenging in the middle oh, she's over there, okay. In the midsection when they all swarm you. But also searching around for Valentina isn't exactly my forte either. So between the Sunburst and the Flame Strike now, I think we've got the AoE quite nicely sorted. For those of you who don't know the expansion so well, if we kill Morgantha first before the other two hags in there, we'll avoid having to do the optional out here. If we kill the other two first and then Morgantha, she wanders off and then we have to do the optional up the hill. So I will try and get rid of her before at least one of the other two.
You thought that they did not know?
Morgantha howls.
Enough of this! Kill him, and you'll feast on outside of mine!
That's the last of them.
Okay.
Now for the pie makers within the windmill.
Trouble targeting there. Now these Dretch are immune to electric as well, I need to remember that. Let's get up there. Where's Morgantha? There she is. Is she... Oh, she can be held. Okay, she's gone, so that's great. Oh, she's not gone. She has to be killed twice, of course. You know I'm a muppet. That should do it.
The hags are
Okay.
leaving behind them only the bitter taste of dreams cut short and hope broken.
So despite my best efforts to make a complete mess of that, we managed it. That's a nice item. That would be for the... Is that the ranged? Oh no, it's either melee or range, isn't it? Double strike and double shot. It's the one that I use on my Archer Red, that set. But having said that now, I seem to be preferring to leave the Isle of Dread set on until Sharn. It's still a nice item to have if you don't have it already.
All of this, whispers Valentine. The oil spreads across the floor and then catches fire, filling the windmill with billowing, choking smoke. It is time to go.
One of the bear party commented yesterday they don't like the shifter because the feet are exposed. I guess this is because of the cosmetic Reaper armor he's wearing. He's actually got boots on, so the said person was relieved at that. They didn't have to see my smelly feet on display. So we've got a bit of everything here. I certainly wouldn't say we're dominating. We're not. We're getting our asses handed to us on occasion, more through my own ineptitude than anything else. We should have all the tools here to be successful. We've got some nice single target damage for, you know, a variety of circumstances depending. We've got a lovely crowd control here in the colour spray, and we've got two nice hard hitting AoEs. So there's no excuse here for failure, except for not picking up the quest, which I often don't do. Because we've got time here, we might as well buff everything. So having passed, I think, level 11, isn't it? Yeah. But these are giving plus 30 on everything now, so we have some very healthy resistances there. And look at the saves, all in the 40s. Well, they'll be higher still now with this greater heroism. Look at that. That's ridiculous. That's almost paladin-esque. And we haven't even put the rage on yet. Let's see what that gives us. That's boosting it up even higher.
Madam Eva's words
Wow.
echo in your mind. An artifact. A trap.
Even less excuse for failure with that. Now we don't have a DDO. This would have been the perfect moment to summon... he's called Mikhail, isn't he? Do I actually have the hireling book? Yes, I... Oh, this is a rare feat of organisation, and there he is. That's, in case you didn't know, that comes from the expansion, the Mistrano. I treated myself for the first time to the most expensive one this time around, and one of the perks that comes with is this hireling folder you can throw them all into. So we're going to leave him here. Actually, no, he can come with us. Are you coming with us? Why is he not coming with us?
Organ music.
Oh my God! What's going on here?
And despair reach your ears.
There was a message that they'd... can you not come with me? There was a message that they'd... oh, there's something really wrong here. I don't know if it's the lag or what, but he's not following, is he? They've suspended the use of a couple of hirelings, not this one, for reasons I don't understand. I'm guessing it might be something to do with the lag, or maybe these are being used for exploits, I don't know.
As you step into the dining hall, the music abruptly
You better show your face in here.
stern, regal
That's all you're in
man
here
turns to
for.
face
Make us a DDO.
Please, come in, my honored guests.
Right.
I am, of course, Count Strahd von Zarovich, your host. Strahd's
Okay.
echoes across the hall.
What, you just stay there. In fact, no, better than that, you can go now.
It's a trap.
Yeah, those, for any who didn't know, I put 2. For any who didn't know, those big shadow bosses in there can be really painful. So to have a DDO there just to get out of it, the old path of least resistance, is very helpful. So, we're going in wine cellars first. Let's go and do that then. Oh, is this going to be the section with the puddings? Oh, crikey, I think it is. Now, I don't know if these class as ooze, but I think, yeah, oozers take double damage from sunburst. So I guess we might find something out here.
Black ooze begins to spurt from
It said ooze.
The liquid congeals into globs and surges toward you.
They take some hitting, don't they?
Dissolve. Something glittering.
God,
and
look at it
silver
all.
is
I
revealed.
think... Oh, actually,
Icon of
we already got the
Ravenloft was
icon. I'm
hidden
going
in
to
one of the
take...
barrels.
Come on, let me take it. No. Just let me take the icon, please. I think this is another indication of the state the game's in at the moment. They should be coming and attacking us. They're not, are they? We're in a fairly bad state here at the moment with the lag and whatnot. They're just not moving. which obviously is to my serious benefit here, but it's not really conducive to decent gameplay. So second floor. The replay from yesterday, by the way, that I lost, if I had have shared it, all you would have seen would have been, you know, it getting worse and worse. Something like this, you'd have seen going freeze, and then all the spells being cast on the targets would there was just nothing happening, and then maybe if I was lucky, 5 seconds later there'd be an effect. Same for my own healing. I would cast a heal spell, nothing happens, and then 5 seconds later the number would pop up, if lucky.
Dusty scrolls and tomes line the walls, and a great desk dominates the room. Sitting there is an elderly man scratching away with quill and paper. He ignores you, completely absorbed in his
It's a
work.
strange one, that, with the
Little arm twisting.
the opponents, though.
relinquishes the key to his
That's a
chest.
new one on me,
With a shrug,
where they don't
begins
move.
to dutifully deduct
We seem to be
contents
moving
from
all right and
Scott's
casting
glass.
okay, but I refer back again to that thing in the immortality lessons, where we had a whole load of stuff not moving. Let's see if we can get these all... See, again, these aren't moving properly. I shouldn't complain about it, but there's something very definitely wrong here, isn't there? There's one there that's not closing with us. Might be the whole quest that's... I'm not recording this again because I would like to get to the cap at one stage, but it would be nice if the opponents would... Oh, what's going on here? I've gone... Oh no, I'm supposed to go to the... Oh, we're here now. I was supposed to go to the ally... The death... This is an optional. We're going to go and do it. What the hell?
Strahd stands here, gazing into the distance.
I never do this.
As you approach,
Only doing it now because I've clearly
I hope you found
gone
exploring
wrong.
the castle stimulating. The word
Hopefully the
Strahd
Oh,
makes
again.
a gesture.
I'm sure they're supposed to move and close on us this lot, and they're not doing, are they?
A wry smile lies the vampire's face as he dissolves in the You find yourself standing in a place of darkness and mist. You cannot even be certain if you're still within Castle Ravenloft. Strahd's voice echoes from the darkness. You have stepped through my little door. Very good. You are either brave or foolish. A trial by combat shall let us decide which it is. Let us begin. Well struck. Now, let us see how you fare against a true champion.
Oh, we've got two of them popping up here.
Impressive. I knew that I
I wonder if there was any instant death in there. Those swords that pop up above your head, you can hold the shift key and block them. Even if you don't have a shield, you can take no damage from those. Oh, we got some named loot there. Not a bad little item. Spell saves is quite rare on named loot, I think. Can I not get out of here now? I had to press, I couldn't press it myself, I had to do target interactable. Now then, if we try and use this shrine, there's some hags pop out of there, aren't there? So we're not going to do that. And there is our ally. That actually worked out alright. It ported us up to where we needed to go anyway.
If Esmeralda had
So
not
back
told
down
us of the ward barriers
towards
around
the
castle,
cellars area.
the keystone
Oh, we've
needed to
got
escape
Strahd to deal with here,
Finding
haven't
the
we?
icon of Ravenloft would be all for naught. The portrait of Strahd here is amazingly lifelike. In fact, as you stare at it, this image begins.
Right, shadows. Oh, I've just put the sunburst on cooldown. That's a misplay. Can we try and sunburst here so we get the shadows as well? See, they're all moving strangely as well. A lot of them aren't really...
As Strahd's portrait fades forever from the sea, the doors to the east and west swing open, offering two new avenues of exploration.
Okay, so we're supposed to be going down to the cellars. Oops. So again, hold shift if you want to fall a bit faster when you've got feather fall on. You know, I never thought I'd see the day where I would be apologising not only for poor play, but also poor performance from the game. Because what the opponents are doing now, it's not making for riveting viewing, is it?
A blackened ironclad skeletal warrior turns to face you and admits these.
See, the boss here is doing nothing, not moving. I suppose people who are power leveling or trying to set records for toughest difficulties done will be pretty delighted at this, but for the rest of us, I don't think it's very good, this, is it? It just basically becomes a damage test.
You find the ward keystone under a loose stone slab, just as Esmeralda promised. Merely touching the stone should allow you to pass through the wards at the top of the North Tower. But first, you will need to find
Brazier
a portal to
teleporter
take
in
you
the
there.
sailors. Oh, right, so we need to... I think we could have the key from here for an extra chest, couldn't we? That's on the 3rd floor we need to go. Oh, we failed there. Okay, never mind. You keep your key. Diplomacy is my forte, not bluff. So we need to get to floor number 3. And that's one thing we have done very nicely. Some of the rest of the stuff has been utterly shambolic, but the mana management with the 4 SLAs plus, well, 5 SLAs we've got here is has helped us out, hasn't it? And unlike some, like maybe the sorcerer's burning hands, these ones have stayed relevant, because look, max caster level 18 there for the little produce flame, 16 for core lightning, and that one's capped at 13, the salt ray. Word of balance goes up to 20, so these are going to stay relevant all through the heroic leveling, I would think. Where am I? I'm going in this way, aren't I? It's been a while since I've done Ravenloft. So these things are going to have all sorts of damage resist.
Intricately carved brazier lights this space with a flame that seems to give off no heat. Metal statues regard the flame.
Oh, don't shoot fire at them. Okay, that's the first thing. But they're not moving again. This game's almost broken, isn't it, at the moment? So word of balance isn't going to do anything. Light SLA maybe. Yeah, we're going to struggle a bit to get these guys down. Force only doing token damage, no fire. Lightning. I don't imagine word of balance will do a thing, no. We'll get there with a mixture of force and lightning, but none of it is particularly earth-shattering, is it? But it's a good reason to have put the non-method but quicker versions of the spells, Salt Ray and Lightning Call, on the bar here, because we made extensive use of them there.
In a flash of fire, you are teleported.
That's what I was trying for the key for, but this one completes the quest. Okay.
Suggesting you are in one of the castle towers.
Perfect pinnacle, super item for a, I nearly said punk, for a
With
monk.
the keystone in hand, you step through the castle wards unhindered. You check your bags. Sure enough, the icon of Ravenloft is still there. You have done it. With a sigh of relief.
A sigh of relief, well, kind of, yes. After the way we started, just glad to get through somewhat unscathed. Also, after the way the game is performing at the moment, I won't belabor it any more than I already have, but I think you can see for yourselves, and if you've been playing around this time, you for sure you know that there are increasingly troublesome issues, shall we say. So let's hope the experiments with this 64 thing are a success, and we can move forward from here. Okay, I would have liked to have shown you something a bit better, but I think that's it for this one. Sorry about that. Hope it was okay anyway. At least I've sort of shown the array of tools at our disposal now, even if I haven't deployed them to the best, or even nearly the best. I'll try and up my game for the next one, eh? Thank you very much as always for looking, and I will speak to you next time. Take care.